Prepare yourself.
I can't tell you how long Mordas has been training me. I'm absolutely famished for sauce and sinew.
The creature harumphs.
You free the master of the magical arts. For that, I'll leave you alive and untasted. For demolishing Mordas's minions, I'll give you a skill book of your choice. Choose your subject. I've been doing nothing but waiting while Mordas kept himself alive and alert with my sauce. Here, just take a book. Its wisdom might do you some good. Speaking of which, allow me to share some wisdom of my own.
The undead creature bears 2 rows of broken, cratered teeth.
Stay out of my way. Curse your Mordas, and curse your blasted machine.
Give my right paw for a taste of smelly mackerel.
carp. Any fish will do, really.
The cat lifts his head and yowls, then focuses on his mutated meal.
That can't be good for him.
Might as well have rotted in a death fog. What's even the point?
Dead. Bled dry. What creature could have done this?
North, Blood Moon Island. West, Reaper's Bluffs. South, Beach. East, Driftwood.
We're getting close. Garvin said the attack happened somewhere around here.
The cargo ought to be
The
nearby.
cargo ought to be nearby.
It smells like blood and death. I wonder what I've stumbled upon.
If you had to think, why not think big?
Huh. Seems someone's been digging rather hastily. Something isn't right here. He was killed. Quite mercilessly by a young companion. A trader. The young man wanted to seize his business.
Back off, pigeon! This is my bridge, and I don't suffer fools on it.
The enormous, unusually red troll looms over you with his fists clenched threateningly. His expression is stern, yet you can see the tiniest twinkle in his intelligent eyes.
Didn't hear me the first time, parrot?
He smiles a jagged and magnanimous grin. Each pitchfork-pointed tooth seems to threaten you individually.
We'll see. You want to cross my bridge? Look at this wreck. No taxpayer coin has touched it in a hot century.
He kicks the edge of the bridge, sending a sizable chunk of rock flying perilously close to your eye.
I'm the only thing standing between this bridge and the void. These days, everything is in decline. Well, I killed them. Nobody crosses my bridge for free, and they didn't pay the toll. Mind you, they hadn't tongues to bargain with, nor pockets for coin. But still...
He rubs his leathery hands together with glee.
Sure, sure. One regular priced bridge crossing coming right up. And I don't want to hear any whiny little baby noises about it either. I think not. Pay up, cuckoo!
His eyes narrow to glinting slits, and a deep laugh shakes his whole frame.
There is one thing. The competition. Take out my competition, and I could waive the usual fee. A little magpie feather named Mog. He's not fit to be a bridge keeper. He took over the other bridge across, and he's too cheap. I can't compete with his ridiculous prices. That's a little non-committal, but I'll take what I can get around here.
Grog drags a rough map in the dust of the bridge with one claw. He then spends an inordinate amount of time sketching a highly vulgar doodle of this Marge he wants you to take care of.
There. Now, for the moment, you'll need to back off. No pay, no stay.
As slaves, they're
Friend elf?
yet still with food and bed are rightly paid. When genius is average, greed always rises.
See the cook
Ambition
for
is
stew?
all. Few surprises. The time has come to ease their daily grind and insist their hearts.
What's the word? Oh, my sweet. How I've missed you. Oh, how sweet it is to have you in my arms once more, safe and sound, right where you belong. As for you, my very handy friend, we have a score to settle, haven't we? Here, your reward. Don't spend it all in one place. Now, if you'll excuse us.
Always rises. Ambition is all.
See the cook
Life
for stew?
of youth
Friend
rises.
elf?
Time has come to ease their daily grind.
Ah, hello, my friend. I'm so relieved now that my...
See the cook for stew? Friend elf? I'll take your order if you're polite, elf. See the cook for stew, friend
Behold
elf?
the lizard's noble, graceful carriage. Their social norms I never could disparage. As
See the
slaves,
cook for
their
stew,
servants often
friend
are
elf?
portrayed. Yet still with food and bed are rightly paid. When genius is average,
I'll
greed
take your order
always
if
rises.
you're polite, elf.
Ambition is all, a life of few surprises. The time has come to ease
See
their
the cook
daily
for
grind
stew, friend elf.
and insist their hearts. Bellwether, I need those reports.
Sir. Right away.
Oh, great, a citizen. Can't you see I'm on a break here? What? Oh, no. Poor Demori. Go tell Magister Raymond or Magister Julian immediately. They'll raise the alert. Go. Now. I'm on a break now, Yvette. You better not fall asleep on your watch again.
Elton, my inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
Off you go. I can't be seen raternizing with the likes of you. A sorcerer? Ha! Second rat wizards by my book. That lizard there's a sorcerer, and look at her now, strung up by her hands with a death rattle hanging round her lips. I'll have her eyeball when she's done with it. Won't be long now. Well, I'm a rat, and you're some kind of flick-tongued scale slitherer. Never the twain shall mix, thus spaketh the reddish large-style flesh beasts. Just look at what happened to that lovely flick-tongued scale slitherer when she spent too much time with a lumbering large-style flesh beast of her own. No thanks.
The rat hisses at you with sibilant malevolence.
Carry on then, stink beast. Don't let little old me distract you from your very important stink business.
You poor dwarf. Do you even know what they've done to you?
A fly buzzes around the dwarf's mutilated head. For a moment it lands, crawls across his open eye and takes off again. The silent watcher does not blink.
I did not kill Alexander, you stupid ape. Release me!
A Magister guard approaches. Behind her, on the gallows, 2 lizards. One in a Magister uniform hangs dead from her neck. The other hangs from her hands, still alive.
Step away from the prisoner, Red Scales! She's hanging by her hands because the boss don't want her dead just yet. She's a tough one, Meister Seaver. She's a seeker, and she's a bloody traitor. She was part of the Order. Knew Alexander personally. Alexander trusted her, at least as far as you can trust her, you know, one of you. Anyway, to repay that trust, the Meister gave Alexander up to his enemies. She wasn't there when Alexander fell, but White Magister Raymond uncovered the truth. She's as guilty as any of them, and I reckon she got off lightly. I'd have had her flayed alive with a salted bullwhip. You're going to... what, now? She betrayed Alexander. I'd sooner die than free her. Never know what that guy wants next. Fine. Have fun.
Poor dwarf. Do you even know what they've done to you?
The lizard hangs from the gibbet, her face blooded and her scales discoloured. Her eyes are closed, but her tongue flickers as you approach.
Welcome to Driftwood, God-woken.
One bloody eye cracks open, glittering gold appearing from beneath the swollen lid.
Chased you all the way here from Fort Joy, did they? Very well then, cut me down. There is work to be done. Or indeed you could stand there still as a boiled lobster. You seem to have mastered that look.
The Meister bares her teeth, stained a deep pink by her blood, and growls.
Malady is unfortunately mistaken. I cannot train you, but I can certainly help you on your path, as long as I am free of this rope. Because along with torture and interrogation, the Magisters found space in their schedules to purge me, that's why. They spent quite some time at it, too. Apparently I was a rich vein to be mined, and now I hang powerless as any butchered carcass. They stopped the process just as the last of my power drained away. Just enough to rob me of my strength, but not enough to leave me a hollow sack of flesh and scales. I had hoped they simply wished to preserve my charm and beauty, but no. It seemed Dallas had ordered that I be held until she could do the deed herself. To give it the personal touch, I imagine. Now that you have had that... that delightful little nugget of gossip, perhaps you could do your damn job and let me loose? Be quick about it. Who knows when that Magister might return? God's teeth, it feels good to move again. Now, best scurry off before that Magister wanders back. Meet me at my home in Driftwood, and we can see what you're made of.
Mating season. Again. If I have to deal with one more buck looking to court me, I'll take a chunk out of his ear.
Red Prince, greatest of royals, greatest of kings to be. Do stay with me here for a while. Take a rest from the weary road.
A great pounding suddenly erupts in your chest. Your inner god roars and bellows, an incoherent, maddening cacophony.
It is awful how she treats you. She asks so much and gives so little in return. The one who makes demands, of course. The one who cowers inside you even now, afraid to face me.
Your god thrashes and recoils inside you. You feel your heart somersault, and a lone word hissed in your inner ear. Void.
I am the only one who cares. She will say otherwise. She always does. And in the end, she'll betray you. Don't play her game. Think of yourself. Rest here. The sun is golden. No one will bother you. This moment can last forever, if you let it.
A sudden weariness washes over, bone deep and as irresistible as a strong current. The fatigue ebbs away, then surges back.
Shh, don't fight it. This is how it's supposed to be. Sleep now. When you wake, it will be in a new world, a beautiful world. I only wanted to give you rest, not pain. Now, I leave you to my children. They are many. They are impatient. They lack my gentle touch. I am sorry, truly.
never know what they've done to you.
A Magister guard.
Step away from the prisoner, Red Scales!
You're going to... what, now?
She's hanging by her hands because the boss don't want her. What have you heard? She was part of the... She wasn't there when Alex... Move along there now. She betrayed Alexander. I'd sooner die.
Necessary.
The lizard hang.
Welcome.
One bloody...
Chase. Or indeed you could stand this.
The Meister...
Malady is... And because along they spent quite some... They stopped the... It seemed that now that you have had that...
The lizard grimaced.
I am in intense pain, kitten. You are either insufferably cruel... Be quick about it. Who knows when... God's teeth, it feels good to...
Red Prince.
A great pounding suddenly erupts in your chest. Your inner god roars and bellows, an incoherent, maddening cacophony.
It is awful how she treats you. The one who...
Your god thrashes and
I am... Don't play her game.
A sudden weariness washes over, bone deep and as irresistible as a strong current.
Shh. Don't fight it. This is how it's supposed to be. Sleep now. When you wake, it will be in a new world. A beautiful world.
Your legs buckle, then ease you downwards. Beneath warm golden crops is dark, damp soil. And bones. Bones of others who laid down to rest and never rose up again. You lie in the darkness and join them.
Red.
A great pound.
It is awful how she treats the one...
Your god.
Don't...
A sudden weariness. The fatigue, then so...
Shh. I am...
bet you're the musical sort. You've thought about taking up the lute. I got a few ready to go, all freshly strung. You never bothered to find the melody in you. A shame. You just got to look. My brother Laszlo couldn't carry a tune in a bucket when he were a wee thing. Now, he's got the voice of an angel. He's all right then, yeah? That's Laszlo, all right. If he had the blue smile from brightening the darkness. I hate the Magisters for what they'd done. Stole me brother. Stole me heart. I keep going though, hoping to get to Ark sooner than later. Lucian's Day crowd. Come back if you need. I'll be whittling away. Useful? Ah, you mean deadly. Used to make bows and fletch arrows, but left that hobby behind. For the best, don't you think? Sometimes you just need to let sleeping hounds lie. But if you're down for fingering a few tunes, I'll be around. Not like I got else to do. I bet you're the musical sort. You've thought about taking up the lute. I got a few ready to go, all freshly strung. Oh, wonderful. It's like I always said. Everyone's got a melody in him. You just gotta look. My brother Laszlo couldn't carry a tune in a bucket when he's all right then, yeah? That's Laszlo, all right. I hate the Magisters for what. I keep going though, hoping to get to Ark sooner than. Come back if you need. I'll be whittling away. Don't let them silence your song.
There's one unaffected egg behind them. Perhaps there's still a chance.
Glory
There you are, little egg.
Did you hear? No one to keep them warm. No one for Eid Walking. Monsters. Our babies. All our babies.
Peeper? You found Peeper? That's Beg Marge's egg. She'll be wanting him back. Yes, wanting him back. Baby's gone. Stolen egg. Stolen and gone. Help, 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 help. Ah! Transform. Not a chicky baby anymore. All gone. All gone for good.
She leaps up and grabs the egg with her foot, kicking it under her warm underbelly and settling down upon it contentedly.
Shh, little Peeper baby. Mama's here, warm and here with you again.
She cocks a black eye up at you and winks.
Thank you. I have something for you. Something I buried behind the coop. It's yours. It's yours. Unless some other scratchly poker found it first, of course.
What's this? I found something.
The Meister sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was dislocated by the gallows.
Damnable red cloak baboons ransacking my wardrobes, as if I would keep ancient valuable secrets in a pile with my unmentionables.
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she shoves her shoulder back into its socket.
I swear by the seven, if we did not have more important matters to attend to.
Reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle, and thread out of a box. She slowly...
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe. In your case, more than I suspect, man, God or even reptile can provide. However, we must soldier on. It is not enough to be God-woken in order to ascend to divinity. There is a process.
As she speaks, the Meister uncorks a vial of shimmering liquid, sauce. She lets a couple of drops fall on her hand, but instead of infusing with her body, they quickly evaporate on her scales. She stares at the empty spot on her palm for a long moment before turning back to you, continuing as if nothing had happened.
A process by which God-woken may ascend. It begins with discovering your deepest self, delving into your own soul. Aboard Meister Prince, you will treat me with the respect I deserve. Enthusiasm? On a weekday? My word. We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen Godwoken, but becoming divine requires more than a supernatural pat on the head. Come, Godwoken. It is time to see just how awake you are. Fortunately, the Magisters pay as much attention to art as they do to fashion. Kindly remove that painting from the wall. I pray my instructions will not be too technical for you. Push the button. Your talent for following simple instructions fills me with wonder and pride. Now, kindly go to the vault and enter the combination. I shall call it out as you go.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame a delicate rotary dial. Gleaming under the dim light, the metallic dial almost seems to wink at you. Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination. The metallic sounds of the tumblers falling within the mechanism let you know you entered the code correctly.
Excellent. Follow me. Your time is at hand, Godwoken.
Ancient runes, weird
Feel
contraptions.
free to look about while I catch my breath.
This place is an arcanist's dream.
Come speak to me when you wish to proceed. And try not to break anything in the meantime.
Talk about it.
Just when I think this land holds no more surprises, I find myself in some place even more dismal than the last. Still, at least this is an interesting variation on dismal.
The skeleton stands quietly for a moment.
I'm not sure. Centuries in a tomb can warp one's memory. I remember the big things, of course. My library, my home, my king, my family. But the rest? It's all covered in a fog. And the more I see of this world, the thicker that fog seems to get. Once I would have boasted that it was the best form of government. Indeed, it was the only form of government we knew. Living forever under the rule of a wise king is one thing. But if that king should turn into a despot, if he should reject philosophy and the natural arts for the sake of power, well, I cannot imagine a worse torture. I was a scholar, researching the secrets of the universe. Had I been allowed to proceed, my people could have ascended to godhood as one. An entire race of deities, with a perfect understanding of the universe. It would have solved all of our problems. Indeed, you cannot. Nothing in this world compares to it. We crafted our homes from stone and crystal, using the power of the universe itself to keep them in place. Your people, on the other hand, seem quite content to sit about in smoky hovels, held together by straw and filth. It's a mercy I don't have a nose. I cannot imagine how you stand it. They came rather low in my life, alas. My wife and daughter always had to compete with my work for my attention, and my work was always stiff competition. They were often neglected. I wonder how many more years they spent neglected before. Well, before whatever happened, happened. How many times must I tell you? I have business in the Black Pits. We should head to the excavation site there.
I've got to say, I think we're onto something interesting here. What, this old gaggle of weirdos? Oh, she's all right. A lot of bark, but I think she really cares about what we're doing. Better that than a sweetheart who'd sooner watch you walk off a cliff than shout, "Look out!" My kind of salty old crank. She certainly seems to want to help us. You don't get many of those in life. I've learned to appreciate them where I find them. I don't know about home, but I do sort of miss the gang I travel with now and then. Crawler, Madcap, Papa Joris for sure. Musicians mostly. We all had our own stories, our own troubles, but when we were together and the music was with us, it was like none of that mattered at all. When you have people like that around you, you know, a family, even rain feels like sunshine.
Speak. Huh. A tale of cloaks and daggers and daredevilry. Are you up for it? Wonderful.
She bows with thespian flair.
Imagine a black room. It's been your room for years. You know it by touch more than sight, for it's always dark. And when I say always dark, I mean always dark. You're either in the room or in the box, for it's in the box that you travel. You're only let out at night, because you only hunt in the night, with the Master's voice in your ears urging you on. And after it's done, you lie down in the box once more, with wet hands and mad red thoughts. You can't always get what you want. The thing is, the box didn't break me, though I confess it taught me to hate. One night, I killed a scholar. With my needle through his fragile old skull, he fell headfirst upon his writing desk, blood mingling with spilt ink. It's when I saw the ink that timid thoughts of rebellion first bloomed. Back in my dark room, I dipped my needle that killed the scholar in his own ink, and engraved his name in my skin. I'd remember him. I'd honor him with vengeance. His name was the first, but many more followed. Of course.
She bares her left arm and shows you the name. You softly run your finger across it.
Mindarin. He was Turashar, a keeper of stories. I'm sure he was loved by many. People like him, the beloved dead, they kept me going. Then, one day, it happened. A gush of wind, a sliver of light. Light! I hardly knew it for what it was. A simple oversight that comes with habit. A A door, left slightly ajar. That was all I needed to feel a rush of blood, a thirst for liberation like never before. I tore at the shackles that kept me chained to the floor, iron thick as a smith's wrists. Of course they wouldn't budge, they never did before. But now that I saw the light, something welled up inside me, a raw and undeniable burst of power. The shackles broke, and next thing I knew, I was free. I stood alone outside the ruins of a fortress, snow-capped peaks all around me. But the sun, oh, the sun. I had risen as if from the grave, and she kissed me back to life. Why, I traveled back to civilization and had myself a long, luxurious bath.
North, Blood Moon Island. West, Reaper's Bluffs. South, Beach. East, Driftwood. The creature devours the corpses as a vulture devours carrion, stopping only as you approach.
I have my freedom. You have your reward. Do you not recall my warning? He drained me. Let me feed. Oh, I cannot control the hunger. The world won't mourn a few meat bags for long. I must be free of Mordus. He might cloak himself in skin, but his innards still rot. Rip away his hide, and he's a mere grub. Yet he's also a conduit to the void. A mouse with the power of a mountain. My source was his lifeblood. Now, my hunger must be sated. My soul will be mine again. My soul jar waits in the hills. Each taste of living source is like a healing salve. When I am full, I can finally open the reliquary that holds it. Then you are my next meal. My soul is within my grasp.
ready.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Your weapon, and I will reward you in turn. I only wish to regain what was taken from me. Let me eat.
You deliver a final blow. The beast clatters to the ground, its hunger gone unquenched.
Magisters!
Your powers of observation astonish me.
Best you leave the building, stranger. We have sorcerer trouble. We're trying to talk her down without a fight. It's not going well. God's damn sorcerers. A sorceress, as it happens. A master of portals, and a lizard too. She seems unable to escape, thank the divine. But we can't get close enough to bring her down. We chased her clear across the country, and she's left devastation in her wake. We expect a Voidwoken attack here too, at any moment. That, or worse. Normally we'd take her down and ship her off to the necklace farm. But she doesn't seem the type to go quiet, and the White Magisters aren't too happy with her. If we don't kill her, they probably will. It's do or die. Well, it's your funeral. Try not to let her use sorcery on you. I'd like to avoid having Voidwoken show up. And do watch out for the lava. That's instant death. Come quietly, sorcerer. Come quietly, sorcerer.
It does not respond to my touch. There must be a way to activate it.
I'm a wabbit. That's what I said. Wabbit.
I see a cave,
the shadow,
and in it,
the
is that a
crawl.
demon?
He has 10,000 names, all true and cruel.
In the near distance, you see a man, though shadows obscure his features. A faint, guttural chittering emanates from a cage before him.
This is him. He can help me. He can...
Losa's eyes suddenly fill with inky blackness. Grey veins appear beneath her skin.
Walk away.
She shakes her head. Her color returns to normal.
I'm running out of time. I think that man is Jehan, the demonologist. I need to talk to him.
She throws up a salute and laughs low, but worry sparkles behind her eyes. She walks towards the mysterious figure, who turns towards her with narrowed eyes.
Keep your distance. I recognize that particular shade of darkness in your eyes. Why do you seek me?
You're Jehan, the demonologist. I heard you could help me. Please, I must be free of it.
Jahan stands back from her, his body tense. He stares into her eyes a long while, saying nothing.
I've heard about you, Losa. You're the amalgam too hideous to contemplate. One who has a demon coiled around her god-woken heart. Its grip grows stronger by the hour. Its voice and yours become ever more indistinguishable until, ultimately, it's your voice no longer. But not just yet.
He walks toward her. They talk in low tones. Jahan's face is vivid, insistent. Losa's is set in a determined frown.
Do as I say, Losa. Hurry now. It won't be long.
They shake hands, Jahan clasping Losa's hand in both of his.
You'll see. I'll be back before you know it. The Advocate doesn't stand a chance.
Losa turns to you.
So, we have a job. It's like this. Jehan can help us. He can teach us how to control more Source. Just like that. All we need to do is a little favor for him. There's a place to the north called Blood Moon Island. I guess it's been more or less lost to a demonic presence for some time now. There's a fellow there, goes by the Advocate, and our new pal Jehan would like to see him taken care of. We take care of that, and Jehan helps us control more Source. And after that, he may even be able to help exorcise what ails me. Sound good? Of course it does.
She turns away before you have time to answer.
Excuse me. You travel with Losa, do you not? We need to have a word, you and I. I suppose I don't have to tell you her condition is rather dire. You're no stranger, then, to her demon-wrought idiosyncrasies. The thing inside her is voracious. It's a testament to her strength that it hasn't long since consumed her whole. Perhaps that's because she's God-woken, just like you are. The fact that she's God-woken is what's saving her, but may also be the very thing that spells the world's doom. Do heed me when I say that under no circumstance must she be allowed to ascend to divinity. The demon, not she, would be a god. It would bring about the end of time and space and all creation as we know it. I say this to prepare you for the worst. I say this to prepare you for the kill may come to pass. You must be ready to be the death of Losa. Should she pass to ascension, you may not hesitate. Stand ready to end her, even if it breaks your heart. Then practice the moment in your mind, for hesitation will mean annihilation. There may be more I can do for you. Come find me if you are interested in growing the source inside you. You may find that new strength will soon become essential.
know your master's name, do you? The Master? The Shadow? The Crawler? He has 10,000 names, all true and... 10,000 masks of cowardice, each and every one of them. He'll carve them all, one by slowly one into your quivering